How are you guys doing? It's so great to have you again. Happy new week, new video as usual, and new interesting setting as you can see. I'm excited to be doing this yet again, and I'm so grateful that you get to stop by and watch once more. And also, just to mention, last week's views were slightly higher than I thought we'd be at this stage. And I've also gotten to 10 subscribers already, which is such a milestone for me. And just for context, last week's video hit 45 views as we speak today, which is such a jump from 8 that we have been doing in the previous videos. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for keeping an eye on the channel and for always coming back for everyone who's subscribed. And if you're still thinking about it, I just hope that today is the day you'll get to consider to subscribe and watch more of this content. So thank you so much once again. My name is Marie and welcome to the video. Today's video is going to be short as always, or maybe shorter. I just want to first of all acknowledge that we are in a very interesting time as a nation, that is Kenya, and a lot is going on, which is sad. A lot of people are losing their lives. The future seems very bleak from where we sit at the moment. There is a lot to be said about our leadership, a lot to be rectified, a lot to be done. And my heart goes out to everyone who's affected by the current instability, especially the youth. Just a few minutes ago, I was on the call with one of my favorite cousins. We grew up together and he just finished his schooling, our system 844, a while ago, and he's been home for a minute now, obviously frustrated by the fact that he's not yet gotten something to do and very discouraged, because as it is right now, very few companies are hiring, very few businesses are thriving, and there's little to be said about what will become of the future of such young people. And my heart goes out to such people who've been out of employment, without income, discouraged, dejected, hopeless, all the words you can think of using to describe the situation. It is not the best place to be in, and my prayer is that you get something to do sooner or later. So as I was speaking to my cousin earlier, and he's a very brilliant photographer. I'll just tell you what I told him, which is start where you are. And even though that may seem very cliche, you have a lot more than you think. Because here's the thing, he is trained, and while we all appreciate being able to practice what we studied, I think it is very crucial for us to understand now that we might not be as lucky, and that's just okay. But the other side of that coin is we still have the things that we love to do, the things that we love to pursue. And I was telling him, while you're still home with your parents, this is the best time to experiment with what you love, which is photography, because technically all the bills are paid for. You're only slightly over 18 and your parents really don't mind taking care of you yet, right? So you have a lot more resources than you can actually imagine. So start with what you have. Start with where you are, and that has been said over and over and over, and it might actually seem like it's misleading or it's inaccurate, but the truth is it is actually very, very true. I remember when I had just graduated campus, and I was feeling the same way. I had not yet gotten any internship. I was really starting to get frustrated, but at the time I was working for my mom. She has a small snack shop, and then I didn't even know how to make samosas, but I learned. And I really appreciate the customers who bought regardless of the taste. I mean, it wasn't something worth sparing all your monies on, but these people came back, and their coming back really encouraged me. I wish I had the photos, but my samosas were actually squares. And after doing it over and over and over, I actually got better and even started turning a profit. It wasn't my most favorite thing to do at the time, but it really opened my eyes to how businesses run, opened my eyes to how samosas are actually made, opened my eyes to how customers are treated, opened my eyes to how their feedback is treated in business, and in the small way that could, it really impacted me and how I saw things. And I also really got to appreciate the hard work that my mom put in at her shop. So this is a message to everyone out there who's just trying. Cliche as it sounds, as we have said, start with what you have, start where you are. And I wish you all the best. And if you're watching and would love a fan, please comment on the comment section below, and I'd be super glad to reach out to you and to support you. Until next time, bye.